5 years ago, last week, my wife Krista's dad, Al Hardy, had a serious stroke, completely out of the blue. Al is a husband, a father, and a grandfather. Real estate guy, just a man that I greatly admire and respect. He's treated me like a son since Krista and I have been together, and he's loved in the community and certainly respected in the service clubs that he's been a part of. Just a great guy, and a true success story in life as well. Not only an incredible husband and a loving father and grandfather, but a guy who grew up on a small farm without heat and hydro that we see today, and with a large family and working and doing chores before school and after school, and has built himself an incredible life, and strong work ethic, strong values based on honesty and integrity, and a strong work ethic. Just an all-round fantastic guy. So 5 years ago, I'll remember as long as I live, I was working in my basement home office, and I got a call around 10:30 in the morning, and the phone doesn't usually ring in my office, so I did pick it up when I saw that it was Krista's mother. And I picked it up, and I'll never forget it as long as I live, when she said, Al is having a stroke, and the ambulance, we believe he's having a stroke, and an ambulance is on the way. And I walked upstairs, and my wife Krista was just getting home, I believe, from the grocery store. She'd been out somewhere. And the rest, it's just amazing how things can change so quickly in your life. We've been incredibly blessed with good health in both our families and good fortune, but just seeing how a person's freedom, how Al's freedom, his independence, his control over everything instantly changed with this illness. And thankfully, he was able to survive. He was paralyzed on his left side, which he remains paralyzed today. And at the time, after being in the hospital, the local hospital, for a couple of weeks, he was told that he would not walk again. And this was a massive blow to Krista's mom and to our family, because if you know Al, just an amazing outdoorsman. If you drove by their incredible home and property, you would see Al out working. If he wasn't selling homes, if he wasn't working on business, he was out working on his lawn, his trees, his landscaping, and it showed. Just immaculate taste. And it was nothing for him to spend 5, 6, 7, 8 hours out, cleaning the pool, fixing this, fixing that, and incredible gifts too, that I have none of, which is the ability to fix almost anything, whether it was wiring or plumbing or whatever. The man, he's just Mr. Fix-It. And at the time, our daughter Emery she was 4 years old. And for those first 4 years, she spent at least part of one day or one night at her grandparents. And Al has been such an amazing grandfather, and he would take her everywhere. He would do stuff with her, digging potatoes, putting in a garden, sweeping the driveway, and just showing her stuff. He's an avid fisherman, cleaning fish, all the things that, I wasn't really capable of showing her at the level certainly that Al was. So all this came to a screeching halt 5 years ago. And when I go and visit Al is, I'm happy to report at some level that he's happy where he is. He lives in a home, one of those retirement homes, and it's a really nice place. And he has friends there and all that stuff. But every time I go to visit, and especially over the last couple years with the situation with the lockdowns, it's been very, very difficult on him. It's been difficult on Krista and her sister. It's been difficult on everybody in the family. And I think about how we take our freedom and our independence and our autonomy for granted at times. Al never took any of that for granted. And now today, one of the positives is when he was told he would never walk again, that was a body blow to the family because he was such an active guy. And I thought, and Krista and I talked about it, we said, you know, no matter what, let's do everything we can within our power to give him the best chance to walk. If there's any possibility, then let's at least see what we can do there, because the difference between walking and not walking is a huge lifestyle and freedom issue. So Al went to a clinic, a stroke clinic. It's one of the top stroke clinics in America, in Chicago, and he flew there in an air ambulance, and he stayed 21 days in Chicago at this stroke clinic. Just an amazing place. I went there to pick him up, and you know, they worked on him for 21 days, and after 5 days he was able to walk. So he had been told earlier he wouldn't be able to walk, and then instead of taking no for an answer, Krista dug in and she said, you know what, let's do everything we can to never surrender and never give that up. So the small positive in that is that after 5 days he was able to walk, and he can still walk to this day. So no life in a wheelchair basically. But when I go to visit him, and when Al comes out to our lake house, and whether it's Easter or Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, I can't help but think about how much of a wake-up call this needs to be for me. And what I mean by that is, some days we just take our independence and we just take our personal freedom, and we just take little details like living in on our own, not answering to anybody, cleaning the pool, cutting the grass, reading the books we want to read, whatever it is. I just take that stuff for granted. And one of the things that I've taken for granted, like everybody, I think it's natural, is health, our health. And that it really does not matter how successful we are, and we all talk like this, is that if you don't have your physical health, nothing else really matters. And just going through what we've gone through over the last 5 years, and I certainly don't compare this to other people have it much, much harder, but just using it as a wake-up call, myself, you know, visiting those aftercare facilities and seeing how independent Al was at one point in his life, and just seeing over the last 5 years how he's lost all of that independence, where you'd end up depending, you know, on people getting your groceries and doing your laundry and all this other stuff. And my coaching program, I sell autonomy. That's what I sell. At the end of the day, I don't sell just making money or, you know, this or that. I sell autonomy, doing what you want, when you want, where you want, at the price you want, on the terms you want. And this often comes into my mind about how it's my personal responsibility as a husband, as a father, as a leader, as a coach, as a consultant, but most importantly, as a father, to take care of myself physically so that I give myself the best chance to be involved in Krista and Emery's life for as long as possible. And, you know, Al at the time, big, strong, healthy guy. And it's just one of those things where I didn't even understand or see what a stroke even did to a person. You hear about it, but it's not the same. And ever since then, I've been taking better care of myself and doing the little details. But I do it to protect my freedom, if that makes sense. Because I now have a better understanding, still not good enough, but a better understanding that if I don't have my health, then really it doesn't matter. And that has been an incredible wake-up call for me. And it's made me less tolerant of time wasters. It's made me a lot less tolerant of energy vampires. It's made me a more aggressive curator and ruthless rope cutter. I suffer almost no fools now, whether it's in business or personal life. I have no tolerance whatsoever for anybody that doesn't respect time, my family's time. And I have no tolerance whatsoever for the unimportant, for things that just don't matter. The 99.9% of the things and people that in the end won't matter at all. Social media, associates, other people's opinions, the unqualified, the negative, the jealous, the envious, the news, you name it. The things that do not matter in a person's life. And it's also helped me wake up to the things that do matter. The 4 and 5 and 6 things in my life, my personal life, it's different for everyone, that really do matter. Family, your children, my parents, helping other businessmen. And these are the things that do matter. So it's been a harsh learning example for me, but it's just really cemented my value. One of my values is autonomy, freedom, autonomy. That is very important, and I never take it for granted, and I work for my freedom each and every day. My freedom to shoot a video and say what I want to say. My freedom to move countries and states and put my daughter in a different school. The freedom to coach hockey, not coach hockey. The freedom to write, the freedom to read, the freedom to move around, and the freedom to dream and chase goals. And I do not take any of that for granted, especially now, when I see and understand that life is a gift. And, you know, it's so critical because without great health and energy, every morning when I get up now and I pray for 2 or 3 minutes in the dark, I don't ask my Creator anymore for anything. I stopped asking a long time ago. I thank my Creator for my life now. I thank my Creator for time. I thank my Creator for another day. I thank my Creator for good health. And I thank my Creator for vitality. Vitality meaning good health and energy to shoot videos, to train other people, to write books, to hug my daughter, to play tennis with her, to go biking, to go boating with Krista. I thank my Creator for health and vitality. And I thank my Creator for being alive in the greatest time in the history of the world. 2022. Major challenges, yes, that's not new, but we are awash in opportunity and abundance, especially if you're smart enough to look for it. We are awash in abundance and opportunity if we focus on abundance and opportunity. We also live, in my opinion, in the two greatest countries in the world. And I have had the opportunity to live multiple times in both countries. And I feel blessed to be a free man living freely in both. So I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. I just wanted to share that. It's been on my mind for a few days. It's been incredibly difficult for Krista and her sister over the last 5 years, because when you're as great a man as Al Hardy, if you're that large a presence, if you're omnipresence in your family's life like he is, a real father, a real husband, a real leader, then it's even more difficult in my opinion. But if you're putting your toe in the water, or if you've been waking up every day and playing not to lose, if you wake up every day and play defense and worry about other people's opinions and check your phone and work somebody else's agenda, you're wasting your gift of life. And if I did the same thing, then I'm wasting my opportunity. We're given one shot at this. We're given one shot at this. And this has been a reminder that I need to get up and I need to play offense every single day. I need to take care of myself mentally and physically. I need to be a leader. I need to be a teacher. I need to be a husband. I need to be a brother. I need to be a community leader. I need to be a coach, and I need to live my values and my goals so that I can become the best version of myself and that I can play this game for as long as my Creator says I can. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm not trying to dictate the length of my life. I'm just trying to give myself the best chance to win so that I can help as many people as I can. And I want to sing. I want to promote freedom and autonomy. And if you're watching this and you've been playing defense and you've been playing not to lose, I think today is the day to switch all that around and say, you know what? I got one life to live. I have my health. I have great time in front of me. I have a wife that loves me. I have children that love me, that you're already blessed, and that maybe instead of looking at the negative things and whining and complaining, we all need a checkup from now on, that we live in the greatest country. We live in the greatest time. There are challenges, but damn it, you know what? It's time to show up as a businessman, as a leader, as a father, as a husband, and take 100% accountability for every result in our life. Every result. Wins, losses, it's all my fault. And the great thing about that, the great news about all that, is that means we can fix it. If we screw up, we can apologize and we can fix it. If we make a mistake, we screw up, we can apologize and we can fix it. It's the same with any marriage. It's the same with your relationship with your adult children, your grandchildren. If you've messed up, you own it, you apologize, and you start fixing it. And life is too short and too valuable for anything else. Life is a gift. Life is a gift. And in my opinion, the key to living is giving. That attitude of gratitude that we need to show through example, through respect of the time we're given, because we don't know how much time we're given. And the quality is as important or more important than the quantity. The quality that we have now, we have today, well, that's enough to start building something. You've got today, you wake up, you feel good, you open up your eyes, you live in the greatest country in the world, you got unlimited opportunity and abundance. Stop digging, stop making things worse, and start making things better. If that's one thing for today, maybe that's the message. We need to stop digging. We need to stop making things worse in certain areas in our life, and then stop, admit it, own it, and let's start making things better in that area, taking accountability and ownership. That's it. Michael McLean, badassmillionaire.com. Looking forward to hard coaching today with my guys. I have the incredible pleasure of working with elite, generous, and driven businessmen, coaching them. And I learned just as much from them as they learned from me. And we're at the end of 3 weeks of our 8-week coaching program, our Badass Millionaire Brotherhood. It's our world building program for my top 1%ers, where they build a brand new world. Literally, business, marketing, marriage, relationship with children, grandchildren, where they literally build the world of their dreams. And it is about getting up and playing offense. It is about stopping playing to lose. And it is about living life and doing business on your own terms. Get up and claim your freedom. Get off your ass and claim your autonomy. And live every second you're blessed to have on your own terms. Every second of autonomy and freedom and independence and control that you can grind and squeeze out of this one life, do it. Do it. Forget it. Forget about the past. It doesn't make you. Our past is nothing to do with our future. Forget about it, put it behind you, and focus on how you can become the best version of yourself, physically, mentally, spiritually, and start spending time, real time, present time, with the people that matter the most to you. No regrets, just one step forward every single day. And if you're in a tough spot, put in one step forward. One step forward. Next day, one step forward. Next day, one step forward. One day, next step forward. Giving yourself a chance to win, and you'll be shocked at what you can accomplish with one step forward every single day. That's it for me. 2 words that change my life. 2 words that can certainly change yours. Be relentless.